Hey everyone, welcome to the mini series on What After 12th or What After Second PUC. I'm your Karthik Kate and I have my friend Advat. Welcome Advat.
Thank you.
So Advat, he's doing his integrated MSc in ICER Kolkata. So today he's going to tell us about this ICERs and all. Right. So Advat, what are ICERs and what all the courses they provide there?
So ISERs are the full form stands for Indian Institute of Science Education and Research. So these are centrally funded institutes established for mainly for research in basic sciences, that is your physics, chemistry, math, and bio, and earth sciences. So currently there are 7 ISERs in India. So the courses that they offer for plus 2 level, it is 5 year dual degree program, that is BS and MS integrated. So yeah, this is the basic course they offer in your all five, that is PCMB and Earth Science majors. The system of giving awarding degree depends on each ISER. So either Kolkata has a major minor system, that is major in one subject and minor in another if you want. So yeah, that's there. These are autonomous institutes, so like these small decisions depend on their own, like academic decisions depend on their own institute, but they are governed by one governing body. So yeah, this is what they do.
ICER is. Okay, Advat,
Yeah.
if a PU student want to join this ICER, how should he join it?
Okay, so basically there are 3 channels. One is JE Advanced, where you need a at least to in order to be eligible to apply, you have to be within 10,000 of general merit AIR ranking. Then there is another exam, that is KVPY, Kishore Vaigyanik Protsahan Yojana. So there's a beautiful interview with the convener on the website, KVPY website. I would recommend that. Like it clears out everything. There is no doubt left about KVPY. Then the third channel through which I got is SCB, that is State and Central Boards channel. So they take their separate test, that is ISER aptitude test, and that is usually conducted in the month of June or something. Like right now, it is in September because of this pandemic. So that is another major channel. Major selections happen through ISER aptitude test. So these are the 3 channels they take admissions through.
Advat, what will be the fee structure and the scholarship you get in ICER?
Okay, the fee structure varies on each and every ISERs separately because of the area where they're situated. But it usually ranges from 40 to 45K per semester, including everything, hostels and other, except for mess facility, everything is included tuition fees, laboratory fees, everything. So that is that. And about the scholarships. So if you are within top 1 percentile of your boards, then you're automatically selected for the Inspire Fellowship. Uh, yeah, but you have to be within the top 1 percentile of any boards. If you're CBSE board. If you're state board, then state board. Uh, that is one way of getting
Scholarship.
a scholarship. Then another way is KVPY. If you are selected through KVPY, then you automatically get again KVPY. Or if you want to again, if you don't have any scholarship in the first year, you can attempt KVPY SB stream. And if you are selected through that, then you get the KVPY scholarship.
Okay. Advat, what will be the campus and theory and practical classes in ICER?
So campus is like 100% residential. Like they ask you to stay there itself. They won't let you home even if your home is like 8 kilometers away. So one of my friends is that much far, but still he has to stay on the campus. So yeah, that's there. But it's very, a lot of freedom is given. You are not restricted to anything specific. You are not given much restrictions within the campus, of course. And yeah, I mean, it's all like, so the people roaming there are all either PhD scholars or even professors who have done their PhDs and postdocs in very reputed institutes. So it's a very studious environment there. Automatically, it gets very much, you know sanctity is there.
Mm.
first in your first years you have for at least IISER Kolkata, it's like first year you have to choose all this, take all the subjects. Then second year you have to choose 3 out of 5. That is PCMB and Earth Science. Out of these three, you have to choose any 3. Then the next year, from the next year, you major in one subject.
Oh,
So the classes in the first year, they usually run from 9 to somewhere around 4:35. Then including the practical hours, usually 3 hours, like every 3 days or something. Uh, so yeah, the classes and these things are normal. Yeah.
and you all are exposed to research.
Yes, that's there. So that's the difference between state-run universities and this thing. Right from first year itself, you get a lot of exposure to actual cutting-edge research, whatever is going on.
Mm.
So these are all world-class laboratories. So whatever research is going on, it is published in very decent science journals. So yeah, that is very nice, and they give you opportunities to, you can just walk in into any lab, ask the professor what he's working on.
Mm.
It's very nice. The first year is just to explore everything, every possible interest of yours.
Mm. Then Advat, you during your 12th you got selected for MBBS. You had government seat there also, and
Yes.
you got good ranking in engineering also. But you choose this ICER. Why that is so?
It was like I just studied my tendency towards how I liked something. I always like to, get to know what was the theory behind everything. Why is this happening?
Mm.
Rather than how can I apply this?
Mm.
So I usually kept on thinking this. So I thought like it was better for me to go for basic sciences rather than going for applied sciences like MBBS and engineering.
Oh, okay. Then, if you want to tell this PU student, how was your preparation? Because while preparing, they should concentrate on both the things, competitive exams as well as
Yes.
board. How was your
Yeah.
preparation there?
So actually, the whole point is regularity. So if you keep even small, like 1 hour every day, 2 to 3 hour maximum is very nice. So right from the day one, if you are passionate about it, you just, so boards, first of all, during the first half, you don't give that much of preference.
Yeah.
Yes, but in the later half, if you keep a regular touch with the board syllabus and all, the questions are pretty repetitive and they're predictable questions. So if you keep on practicing a little bit, bettering your answers for the boards, then that is taken care of. You don't need to do anything in the last 1 month. Just keep practicing. And this competitive is never-ending. This thing, even on the final day, you're not completely prepared. So you have to just give as much as possible.
Yeah. And how was your last moment preparation, like for 30-40 days?
Yeah, what I used to do is almost now everything was like taught and over, right? So I used to buy these magazines. What was the name? MTG magazines and all. It was there that time. I don't know what is trending right now, but I used to buy those monthly issues and I used to keep solving them. And I used to spend a little much more time in the library solving questions and all. So mainly solving questions and getting used to what pattern or what topic is of more importance. Understanding that is important.
Yeah. And coming back to ICERs, Advat. So, what all the opportunities you will get in ICERs?
Okay, so after finishing your MS depends on what branch you are in, like how that opens up the opportunities.
Yeah.
So if you're maths or physics majors, then maybe there are less industrial or these opportunities, but you have to go for higher studies itself, like PhDs and all. And given the reputation, are like the institutes have a very good, even alumni network as well as the professors. So a very good chance is that you'll land a very good PhD position.
Yeah.
Inside India or outside India. And it depends. Like if you're chemical sciences major, then industrial opportunities also open up. So those are also very much feasible options,
Yeah.
even including PhDs again. It's also there.
Okay. Advat, if you want to give some advices to these PU2 students, what it will be?
So first of all, when you enter your what I focused on was the KVPY exam. Even PU1 students who are watching it, kindly focus on, like, try to give the exam, because it's very important to see what your competition is and to what level your preparation should be.
Mm.
Okay. So I majorly focused on this KVPY exam, but in class 12, unfortunately, I couldn't clear it. But the whole preparation, what I put through, helped me, again clear the ISER aptitude test. So that was very, very helpful.
Mm.
So it's like the point is, the exam is in the month of November, April, or even in month of March, March or April. But this is in November, so it tests your preparation to a very, higher level. So even when you're not prepared, how well can you perform? That's the test.
Mm.
Okay. And second thing is, I would like to tell you that there is no golden rule as such, how to study and what exactly, like, if you do this thing for 6 hours a day, do that thing for 8 hours a day, you'll get through this. There is no golden rule. Do what best works out for you, and yeah,
Mm.
that's it.
So this was about ISERs. So Advat, thank you for sharing your time. Thank you, Advat. So this was the session with Advat. I hope you like this. And similarly, I will come up with few more topics or few more fields with few more persons. Till then, take care and have a great day.